I don't know what I'm working towards anymore. It feels like I've shattered everything that truly mattered, and now I'm stuck in this suffocating place, unsure if I can ever find my way out. I thought that confessing my affair to my husband would somehow release me from the burden of lies, but instead, it only seems to have made things infinitely worse. The guilt and shame hang over me like an oppressive cloud, suffocating any hope of redemption. My husband's words echo in my mind: he's only staying for our child for the sake of giving him a stable home. But that only adds to the weight of my despair. It breaks me to think that I'm nothing more than someone he tolerates now, not someone he desires or cherishes. The thought that he's with me out of duty, not love, is a wound that refuses to heal. I try to fix things, to be a better wife, a better mother. I try so hard to prove that I can change, but no matter how much I do, it always feels like I'm falling short. Every day feels like a reminder that I'm not enough, that there's always something more I should be doing, some way I could be better. He constantly tells me that I need to keep improving, that I can always do more. But all I really want is to be enough as I am, to be loved for who I am right now. I know I've made mistakes. I don't expect everything to be perfect, but sometimes it feels like I'll never be truly loved again. I confessed to him not long ago that I don't believe I'll ever feel wanted or desired again, and it's hard to deny the truth in my words. I've lost the ability to connect in the way I once did. What used to be a beautiful, intimate part of our relationship now feels tainted, a reminder of everything I've broken. That part of me feels fractured, and I don't know if I can ever fix it. More than anything, I want reconciliation. I want our family to heal, to find a way to move forward together. But it feels like a part of me is already lost in the process. I feel dead inside, as if I'm just going through the motions, trying to survive without any real hope for a future. The idea that he'll never love me again haunts me. And worse, I'm not sure I'll ever love myself again. The constant reminders of what I did are unbearable at times. The weight of it makes me want to escape, to take the easy way out, but I know I don't deserve that. I don't deserve to run away from the consequences of my actions, especially not from the people I love the most, especially not from our child. He deserves so much more than I've given him. I owe it to him to keep going, to keep trying even when it feels like everything is hopeless. I hate to admit it, but there's still a part of me that isn't fully over my affair partner. He was there for me when I was vulnerable, when I felt like I had nothing left to give. And now, part of me clings to that connection even though I know it wasn't love. It was an escape, an attempt to avoid facing the truth of what I had lost. I know I have to let go of him, for my husband, for my child, and for myself. But it's so difficult. It feels like I'm trapped in a life I no longer recognize, and I don't know how to find my way out. Does it ever get better? Will I ever feel like I'm enough again, like I'm worth loving? I'm terrified that my husband will always see me through those eyes filled with hurt, that I'll never be able to offer him the love he deserves. I fear that our child will grow up in a home filled with resentment, and that I won't be able to repair what I've broken. I don't know what comes next or if I'll ever be able to make things right, but I have to try. I have to keep going even when it feels like everything is lost. The pain of knowing that the person I love might eventually see everything I've done and despise me for it is a constant ache in my chest. I fear I'll never be able to forgive myself. I fear this burden will follow me forever, that I will never find peace. But even though it feels impossible, I'm trying every single day. I'm striving to be better, to become someone worthy of love again. I don't know if I'll ever reach that point, but I have to try. I owe it to my husband, my child, and myself. I've made so many mistakes and hurt the people I love, but I can't give up. I can't take the easy way out. I must keep fighting even when it feels like I'm losing the battle. I don't know if it will ever get better or if I'll ever be enough, but for now all I can do is keep going, keep hoping, and keep working towards something better, even if I have no idea what that something is. Maybe one day I'll find a way to forgive myself and become someone deserving of love. My husband and I have been together for over a decade, married for 6 years, and we have 3 young children, all under 4. Like any marriage, we've had our fair share of ups and downs, but I thought we were happy. The past few months, however, have been particularly difficult. It all started in May when I got very sick, possibly with pneumonia, and spent a week in the hospital. When I finally began to recover and get back into our routine, I noticed a shift in her. She started pulling away, saying she wasn't attracted to me anymore. She complained that I wasn't doing enough around the house or with the kids, that I wasn't handling responsibilities well. Some of it was true, and I tried to make adjustments, organizing, making lists, doing whatever I could. I tried everything I could to show her I was committed, but no matter how hard I worked or how much I gave, it was never enough. It was always too little, or I hadn't done it for long enough. We spent weeks in arguments, with threats of separation hanging over us, until we finally ended up splitting in July. I fought to prevent it, hoping for a way to fix things, but ultimately she made her decision. Even through all the pain and the uncertainty, we continued to talk about working things out, but the strain was ever present, a constant weight between us. Then, in August, I discovered that she had lied about where she was going. When I confronted her, she admitted to sleeping with her ex. She told me it had only happened twice, and that it didn't really count because we were separated. I decided to forgive her, hoping that we could somehow work through it. I even bought a book on healing after an affair, desperate to salvage whatever was left of our relationship. But the arguments didn't stop. They only got worse. She even told me she was going to his house to end things, yet continued to tell him that she loved him, while saying the same things to me. She had been leading a double life, seeing both him and me, sometimes within hours of each other. As the truth began to unfold, I learned that this wasn't the first time. She had cheated on me with him multiple times, even before we were married. It hurt to find out that she had made him take a paternity test for our daughter because she wasn't sure I was the father. It wasn't his. I've never felt so lost, so disgusted in my entire life. I'm emotionally wrecked, and it's become almost impossible to be around her. But she's still living in the house for now, though she's supposed to move out soon. I can hardly stand being near her. It feels like everything I believed in, everything I thought was real, was nothing more than a lie. The one thing that has kept me going, though, is my children. I've started to focus on them more, and I'm no longer consumed by thoughts of self-harm. The darkness of depression still lingers, but I've started to crawl out of it. The pain is still there, a constant ache, but I know I have to push through it, especially for my kids. I want this to end, and I know that the real healing can't begin until she's gone. She wasn't just my wife, she was my best friend. I shared everything with her. And now, I feel like a part of me is missing, like I'm floating in an emptiness I can't escape. Our marriage, the life we built together, feels like a complete lie. We're in the process of dividing things, 50-50 custody of the kids, splitting the cars, and she'll be moving out soon. But I just want it to be over. Every day feels like a reminder of how everything I thought I knew about us, about my life, was nothing but a facade. The pain is overwhelming, but I have no choice but to keep moving forward. Even if it's just for my children, I have to keep going. The separation will be hard, but I know that the emotional space will give me a chance to heal, to begin the long and painful journey of rebuilding myself. It won't be easy, but I have to take it one day at a time, focusing on the small goals, the things I can do now. In time, I know the pain will begin to fade and I'll start to find myself again. I know I deserve happiness, respect, and love, things I've been denied for too long. I have to let go of the person she once was in my life, the person I thought I knew. I've already survived the worst of it. The road ahead is still incredibly tough, but I will make it through. I'll keep walking one step at a time until I find my way out of this darkness.